Hello and welcome to Panama. My name's Jessica Ramesh. I'm your Panama Insider and International Living's Panama correspondent. And I'm here just to tell you a little bit about this country and why it's still such a great place to live, retire, invest, or do business. Panama's been rated one of the top places in the world to retire by the likes of the AARP's Modern Maturity magazine and, of course, by International Living. In the International Living Retirement Index, Panama hit the #1 spot 7 years in a row and remains in the top 3 today. This country is still a wonderful place to live, invest, do business, or retire. It's one of the safest countries in Central America, and it's got a stable government and has for many years. It's also got excellent infrastructure and amenities, a lot of the things that you take for granted maybe back home, but won't find in every country in this region. For example, everything from the roads to the telephone system to the internet just works here and is maintained very well. In fact, 5 of the region's major fiber optic cables intersect here in Panama, and that's part of the reason why so many businesses move here, multinationals in particular. Panama also has beautiful, friendly people and wonderful natural wonders like rare orchids, cloud forests, rainforests, you name it, you can find it here. In fact, people often think that Panama is just tropical and that if you come here, your only choice is really the beaches and hot weather. But that's not true. Within this tiny country, we really do have everything. From the highlands, where the temperatures are spring-like year-round, to the valleys, to the volcano, to the city, to the beaches. You really can have any kind of lifestyle and almost any kind of climate that you want here in Panama. One of our readers that I recently interviewed, Richard Detrick, lives in the Panama Highlands, and he was telling me that he and his wife both experienced 20-point drops in their blood pressure after they moved. And they didn't really change any of their habits, but it just seems that they're not worrying as much about money, they're enjoying their lives, they're taking it easy, and they're living in a healthier atmosphere. Besides, their kids love to visit, and they find Panama has everything to offer but is much cheaper than some of the other places they vacationed, like the Greek Isles. It's also very easy to get to because Panama is the hub of the Americas, and that means that the hub at Tocumen International Airport, Panama's international airport, is a busy little hub from which you can get to anywhere in the world. So it's really easy to travel back and forth, visit family, and make sure that you stay in touch. Other good things about Panama include its business infrastructure. Did you know that Panama has the 2nd largest free zone in the world, second only to Hong Kong? Well, that's not all. We also have one of the world's largest financial and banking districts. We have one of the world's fastest growing economies. In fact, in 2007, Panama had the world's fastest growing economy, second only to China. And in 2009, Panama is one of very few economies that's still expected to grow. And that's good for Panamanians here. By the way, the US dollar is the currency here. So if you're thinking of moving here from the United States, you won't have to deal with pesky exchanges. Panama's even a winner on the Happy Planet Index, an index that measures your eco-footprint and perception of happiness here. People here feel like they have it pretty good. If you're considering Panama as a place to do business, you'll be happy to know that Panama also has excellent tax and business incentives. It doesn't tax your income if you're earning income offshore. It's completely free of tax. Many new properties here come with 20-year property taxes, and companies in certain fields get a host of different incentives, including the right to hire more foreigners. And that ranges from tourism companies to call centers and much more. The special initiatives and incentives are unbelievable here. Another thing that people always want to know about is the health care. Well, Panama has excellent health care. Many of the doctors here are U.S. trained, and in fact, the major hospitals in Panama City are all U.S. affiliated, which means that they have affiliates in the United States with whom they share information, hold conferences. In fact, Johns Hopkins has its only Latin America affiliate here in Panama, the Punta Pacifica Hospital, which is now known as the most technologically advanced hospital in all of Latin America. And despite the wonderful quality of the hospital hospitals and the many English-speaking doctors here, prices are still very low. Where I go for a medical consult, I pay $6. If you go to one of the big, shiny, fancy hospitals, you'll pay anywhere between $20 and $30 for a consult with a general MD, about $45 to $70 for a specialist and tests, depending on who you see. Panama also has a lot of great residency programs. It's easy to move here and to get residency. Probably one of the world's most famous residency programs is Panama's Pensionado program, or Pensioners program, and it's what's drawing a lot of expats to Panama today. It's a wonderful program. It offers all kinds of discounts. You get everything from 50% off entertainment, 50% off closing costs for a home loan, to 30% off bus, boat, and train fares, 25% off energy bills or power bills, 20% off of medical consults if you're not using insurance, and the list of discounts go on. All you have to do to get the Pensionado visa is to prove that you have a verifiable pension of a certain amount. We talk about the Pensionado or Pensioners program and all of Panama's other residency visas in our book, Panama, the Owner's Manual, which was rewritten by me this year. The new edition is available now, and it's completely updated and has all the details that you need on these residency programs. The book actually mentions as well the Person of Means visa, which is another good option if you're not a pensioner or not receiving a pension. The Forestry Investor visa, which allows you to invest and do something for the environment and gain your residency, and lots of other different visa types, such as business investor visas. It's all detailed in Panama, the Owner's Manual. The Owner's Manual also discusses property in Panama. Did you know that for $40,000 you can buy a home in a colonial town here in Panama? No joke, and it's not just a one-off property find either. I find property like this all the time. Where do I find them? We tell you in Panama, the Owner's Manual, how to get around realtors who only want to sell you expensive property and find the bargain properties that are out there all over the country waiting to be snapped up. We also talk about a mountain community where you can buy a home for $55,000. In fact, that's the mountain community where I'm taping this right now. I've even found apartments for $65,000 right in Panama City, and beach property within an hour or two of Panama City by car for well under $100,000. The property variety is amazing here. You can find everything from U.S. style homes to Panamanian style homes, and whatever your budget, whatever your desire, you will be able to find a property to suit you here in Panama. There's also so much to see and so much to do here. It's not all about saving money and incentives. You wouldn't move to a new country unless it had fun stuff to do and met your lifestyle. Well, there's so much to see, from the biological corridor at La Amistad National Park, one of the most studied ecosystems in the world, to cloud forests, to rainforests, the Pacific, the Caribbean. In the Panama, the Owner's Manual, we even talk about a valley town that's one of our favorite places as a retirement destination today, and a volcano. Don't worry, it's long dormant, but where you can get spring-like temperatures year-round. There's also so much to do in Panama. It's the only country in the region that has a first world city in Panama City, and you've got museums and theaters and the kind of nightlife you just don't see anywhere else. Whatever kind of sports or clubs you're into, from Harley clubs to skydiving to the more mundane like golfing, scuba diving, snorkeling, you can find it and you can do it here.